It's so easy to outpace everyone in the world today, right? Because a lot of people want the story, they want the wisdom, they want the reward, but they aren't wanting to do the work that gets them there, right? Everyone wants to have the end result. Everyone wants to have the skills. Everyone wishes that they were, maybe as good of a communicator as someone else, right? Well, guess what? That person had gone through different things in their life that allowed them to become a better communicator. You just haven't gone through those yet. Maybe they want to be better at finances. Maybe they want to be better at sales. Maybe they want to be better at leadership, right? And if they're comparing to someone else, they might feel that it's unfair. They might feel that they are a victim. But what they aren't realizing is, guys, you just need to do the work. You can't skip the work that makes the skills, right? You can't skip the work that creates the wisdom. You can't get the story without the struggle. In order to have all of these things, you're going to need to go through something in life. And a lot of people just aren't aware when they're actually going through it, and they aren't conscious and paying attention to the things that they're learning during that period so that they can utilize those again or share those with other people to help other people, right? And there might have been lessons or opportunities or periods in your life where the world was like, hey, you go through this, you are going to be a master communicator. If you go through this, you are going to learn the skills to create all the money that you ever wanted to create. If you go through this, you're going to be a better leader on the other side. But you know what? People quit. People didn't end up going through it because they weren't aware of what that was actually trying to provide. People start looking in other directions. They start looking for different opportunities, and they start trying to find something that is a path of less resistance for them to go and try to get to the outcome and skip all of the work and just have the outcome. Right? And there's way less joy in that, because when you actually go through and accomplish something that's difficult and complete it and come out on the other end and realize what you have developed and realize the person that you have become and realize that you didn't quit and you are aware of that fact, right? Your confidence is going to skyrocket. You are now someone who knows you are not a quitter. You are now someone who knows that when times get hard again, as they will, you're not just going to go look for the easy road out. You're not just going to go look for the different direction. You are going to put your nose to the grindstone and you're going to push through that. And within that, you get rewarded handsomely. Not only are you going to make it to the other end and get to where you wanted to go, but you're also going to develop the skill sets and the wisdom that you're meant to develop during those periods. So all negative times aren't always negative. And if you can shift your framework, you will welcome those negative times, because you know that those times are going to provide an opportunity for you to grow and for you to become a better person on the other end. So start to shift that perspective. Start to see the light in everything. Start to see how this can positively affect you and realize that you are not going to be in this situation forever, right? So it's very easy. And I'll give you an example. When I was in boot camp, when I was in the Navy, I was in boot camp and I was like, man, this sucks. Like there was a point where I was like, this is my life forever. I felt like this was going to be the rest of my life in boot camp. And then there were times where, to be honest, I was like, screw this. I want to go home. I want to have, I want to live a different way. But you know what? I know that if I had quit, if I had thrown in the towel, I would have always looked back at that experience and been like, man, like, what could I have really accomplished? What could I have really learned from that? What kind of wisdom could I have gotten? And ultimately, I ended up sticking through it, ended up improving my communication, ended up meeting some quality people in my life that have gotten me to this stage now. I look at life as the butterfly effect. I'll make a whole video on that. But basically what that is if once you make one decision, they all compound. And if that one decision didn't happen, you wouldn't necessarily be where you are today. So anyway, going back, I look at that and now it allows me to look at harder times in my life, more difficult times in my life when I don't want to be in a certain spot. I look at what is the world trying to teach me? What is the universe trying to tell me? What skills do I need to continue to learn and evolve and grow so that I can get through this period, right? And then on the other side of this period, how beautiful is it going to be? And when you can start thinking of that, it's not always the easiest thing. It's not always the most exciting thing. And sometimes it's going to feel like it's just a lot of faith that it might not ever come, right? And it might not. But you're going to push through that situation, right? You're going to improve yourself as an individual and look at it from a different lens. So moral of the story is, whatever it is that you're going through, whenever you're going through a tough time, you may be going through a great time right now. That's awesome. It's not always like that, right? So even in the good times, you need to find something that you can take away and be consciously aware of what it is that you're doing that allows you to live in a certain manner. But more importantly, in the negative times, you need to be able to spin those to know that, one, they're not forever, right? And two, you're going to get a lot more out of it when you do continue to persevere and push through. So hopefully someone's able to take something away from that, guys. Hopefully everyone had a great longer weekend. It's time to crush the week. It's time to show up for yourself, show up for your family, and make it happen. Let's get it.